Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
We had to keep our heads up, and being the leaders on the court, we couldn't, show any emotion like in an angry way. We just had to cheer everybody up, and we did so. It's amazing. It's just like everything, just relief, and seeing everyone rush the floor and seeing my teammates and being able to celebrate that with this particular team is amazing.
Feels pretty awesome. Honestly, right now it hasn't completely set in yet. Obviously, we got the win, but I'm just like in awe of being there and actually getting to our goal at this point. So.
Our senior Kennedy Banky definitely wanted to get back. She's really missed that opportunity the last couple of years. We thought we'd be there more often for her career, so I'm really happy for her and just happy for all the girls. And our freshmen, they have a goal to be there all 4 years.
One of those games that really felt coming in that I loved our matchup of our defense versus their offense, and we came out and kind of proved that.
We just got weapons, and I thought up front we did a better job of communicating, and I thought we played with better pad level. So, I felt like we could run the ball whenever we wanted to or need.
Hats off to Coach Kleinerman because he heated them up right after that on that last series. We were not going to sit there and just let him take it.
Minshew, multiple receivers, 4th and goal. Here comes Karlaftis, and there is put down Wharton. Wharton got him. Steps up, fires, heads towards the end zone. It is
and a pitch. Swing and a high fly ball out towards center field. Edman has room. He's under it. He's got it, and that's the ball game. And the Dodgers take game 2.
And welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Woo, we got to get a longer bed for Monday, Hesh.
I realize that.
Get all those highlights in. Welcome to the show. Steve Webster with you, along with Sean Baer and Mike Hesher. Landon Winkler behind the Monday on Sports Day sheet that's sitting here that I cannot see Landon over there, but he is there. We'll hear him in just a moment, get him lined up here. Don't drag the mic when it's his turn, okay? So he's got to get up and get in position, Hesh. Okay, on the show today, we're going to talk Great Bend Panther football, obviously, with Sean Baer, but he's so versatile that he's moved into a kind of a co-host role. It's like Shelley Duvall on Wednesdays, okay? So you can expand your horizons on this program. So
I don't want to read advertisements because I have trouble with it. We're gonna put that to your daughter. She says she can do it better than your wife. So she's pretty good. Yeah, she'll tell you about it too.
Yes, she will. Also, Great Bend Tribune sports editor Jim Mazunas will break down the prevent defense for the Chicago Bears when he comes in here in just a little bit. And let's see, he'll talk about a lot of other things too. But I've got to ask him about that.
I know you do.
To start off with. And Mike Hesher today goes on the prowl. He does, because Mike Corson's not here. Corson worked his tail off. He's at home snuggled up with Fluffy today. He's spending the day with the cat at his house after covering volleyball and cross country, and Mikey will be back on the show tomorrow. All the weekend sports headlines and the sounds, and we're going to get started right now. Kara Feist for the Great Bend Lady Panthers. They're on to state after they picked up a couple matches at home on Saturday, so they're going to state, and good season for the Great Bend Lady Panthers. So, see, Hesh has you for football coming up in just a moment, but you've become quite the volleyball aficionado because you've seen plenty there, Sean Baer. What are the chances in 5A, which is traditionally one of the toughest classes in the state?
Without a question, I think these girls, when they play volleyball and they make a pass and they make a set, we have the girls that can drop a hammer and nail that thing into the floorboards.
You didn't call it kill.
I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't.
Thank you.
But it is absolutely a kill. And I'm here to tell you, our chances are good. We got a good draw. We got Cape and Mount Carmel, and I think we can hang, and we match up well with them. And then I believe we go to
St. James Academy.
St. James Academy. They got Reese Messner, who is, I believe, she's a senior setter that has signed with University of Southern California. And then we finish up the day with Andover, who is, ironically, the team that knocked us out of the
tournament
playoffs.
last year. Yeah.
Yep, last year. So I like our chances.
Okay, they're not. It's been a good year for volleyball
It really has.
in this area. And Hoisington heading to state as they swept through Smoky Valley and Holcomb. First time since 2018, Lady Cardinals will be at state. McKellar Riedel talking about another team goal that they've accomplished. Hoisington will play in Hutchinson on Friday. They'll open against the number 6 seed Girard, Hoiston's number 3 seed. They'll take on Frontenac at 5:30. That match with Girard's at 3:30, and then Neodesha at 8:30. But no, we're not done with Barton County teams getting to state. Greg Maxwell's Ellenwood Eagles talking about his senior, Kennedy Benke, who that was one of her goals, to return to state. Ellenwood will be the number 2 seed at the 2A state tournament at Dodge City's United Wireless Arena, which everybody says, yeah, it's right there by the casino. Yeah, well, okay, but you got to see volleyball first. Okay, 9:30 in the morning, okay? Ooh, there's a long day and night.
Man, not kidding.
For Ellenwood, folks. Donovan West at 9:30. They'll take on Valley Heights at 11:30. Ellenwood then will play Sedgwick at 1:30. Then fans will stream over to the casino and then get ready, hopefully, for Saturday semifinals that begin at all classes at 9 o'clock. But that's not all. St. John heading to 1A Division I at Dodge City's United Wireless Arena. They'll have to get their gambling done earlier in the day, as St. John will play at 3:30 against Little River, who is back again. Then St. John will take on the number 2 seed South Gray at 6:30, and then Clifton Clyde, the number 7 seed, at 7:30. But that's not all. Otis Bison heads to state. They'll be the number 1 seed, or the number 7 seed, at Emporia's White Auditorium. They'll play Lebo at 11 a.m., and then they will play Ingalls at noon, and then Victoria at 2 p.m. So, good year for high school volleyball in the area, and hopefully it'll get a lot better as they head to state. All right, high school football. Aaron Beck talking about his team's defense. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Garden City gets a whopping 117 yards of total offense. Panthers have given up 34 in the last 5 games. Great Bend wins 42-6. They will host the Newton Railers on Friday night at Memorial Stadium. And you're going to go to volleyball.
I'm going to go watch some volleyball.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand.
I got to be there. My daughter might put something funky in my coffee in the mornings.
So do we have a replacement?
I believe we do.
Okay.
Nate Towns.
Okay.
Shannon's husband.
Nate Dogg. He does a good job.
I've heard he has done a good job. He did a game or 2 last year, so we're going to see what happens.
Okay, so we'll have more on Panther football coming up. Zach Baird continuing to get some healthy players back into the fold, looking at ways to improve the offense. Offense was pretty good on Friday, 52-19 over Cimarron. They'll now host the Ellsworth Bearcats on Friday night in Week 9. Ellsworth had to take on Southeast of Saline. Don't even go.
He's got to fight with him, man, not me.
It's Southeast of Saline over Ellsworth 44-8. Unfortunately, it's Larned that gets Southeast of Saline on Friday night, as Larned closed their season with a 49-0 loss to Lakin. So Larned heads to Southeast of Saline. Other scores on Friday, heck of a game between Cheney and Pratt. Cheney ends up winning that game 28-26. Could Heston pulled a monumental upset over Andale in a battle between 2 unbeaten teams? No. No.
It wasn't even close, was it?
60-14. Ellenwood misses a Week 9 game. They may play one, but it will not be in the bracket format. They lose to Medicine Lodge 42-22. So Ellenwood, in a very tough district, will not play in bracket play, and an opportunity to play in the playoffs the week after that. Beloit beat Russell 46-12. Plainville over TMP 24-14. Sterling beat Hutch Trinity 41-18. This one surprised me. Not maybe that El Saline got the win, But El Saline had beaten Little River by 2, and of course that's why you don't compare scores, right, Mr. Football Man? Because Central Plains had beat Little River by 18 or 20 points. Whew. El Saline 58, Central Plains 12. St. John wins the Sports Day Cup as they beat Maxville 30-28. We dubbed that on Friday, so it's become the Sports Day Cup for the champion of Stafford County. Now, as operations manager, Mike Hesher, you need to come up with some kind of cup to bring them. But St. John wins 30-28.
I have something in mind, but we won't even go there.
We'll give them the Corson's bowl trophy there.
Oh, okay.
Lacrosse 54, Ness City 8. South Gray beat Kinsley 36-14. Kinsley lost only one game, but South Gray took care of them 36-14. Fairfield over Stafford 46-34. Victoria shuts out Hodgman. And, oh, yeah, I can't give my fish analogy for 8-man football, right? Because I did that on Wednesday. Okay. So Victoria's obviously a very large fish, a 5 on the fish count.
They've gone up.
Hodgman County's probably a 3+ fish. 46-0, Victoria wins. 6-man games, Otis Bison 62, Chase 6. Ingalls beat Pawnee Heights 66-6. So your matchups in the area, Great Bend 8-0 will host Newton, who is 0-8. Pratt 6-2 will go to Clay Center in 3A, who's 4-4. 2A, 5-3 Ellsworth at 4-4. Hoisington on Friday. Larned, as we mentioned, at southeast of Saline. 1A on Friday. TMP 5-3 will play at Sterling, who got to a slow start this year, but they've been rolling. Sterling 5-3 will host TMP. Okay, 8-man games on Thursday. There's going to be some 8-man games that are played on Friday. The Thursday games, Central Plains back at home. They will host Sylvan Lucas in a very good matchup. Both those teams 6-2. Lacrosse 2-6. They've got to go to Hoxie, 8-0. And Friday games, Kinsley has to go to Oxford. You know where Oxford is, Hesh?
Eastern Kansas.
No.
Oh, it's not?
No, you get off the turnpike and you'll go through Oxford on the way to Ark City.
Is that not Eastern Kansas?
Well, I would put that in southern Kansas.
Okay. You hit Iuka and you take a left.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And then Kiowa County will play on Friday night at South Gray. 8-man, 2 games on Thursday. 3-5 Maxville at 7-1 Central Christian. Norwich 3-5 plays at Hodgman County. Then on Friday, Victoria is at home against Fairfield. Get there early. That game will not last long against the 3-5 Falcons. And St. John in the playoffs, 4-4. They play at Attica, Argonia. Obviously, 2 different towns. That will be on Friday. Don't keep going to Argonia when you get on Highway 160. Stop in Attica.
So the game's in Attica.
The game will be in Attica.
Thank you.
Okay. And then 6-man on Thursday, Western Plains at Pawnee Heights. Friday, Chetopa at Chase. Chetopa. That's a long ways away. That's on 162.
Well, you did
160 also.
Did you study the Rand McNally over the weekend?
Chetopa, if you go past Chetopa to the east, they've got these big walnut trees. Because I went by there and they were shaking the trees with this big machine when it gets ready, and they fall to the ground. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. But Chase fans will not get the opportunity to see that because they will be at home against Chetopa on Friday. Otis Bison. There's a lot of buys in 6-man football, and Otis Bison did get one of those. Okay, Chris Kleiman talking about defensive coordinator Joe Klanderman on the final series of the game, basically. After a 51-yard field goal put K-State ahead, and then they did get KU didn't even get a first down, I don't remember, 29-27. So anyone, you want to know why by Corson isn't here? Is because he's responsible for the thousands of dollars that Eagle Media lost with his 28.5-point line that he said K-State would be favored in. I cashed in.
Well, if you see a guy walking down the street with a camera around his neck pushing a lawnmower, let him mow your grass because he needs the money. He needs the money.
I've never seen traffic like that through the alley when Mike came out with that 28.5-point line. Whew. Heck of a football game, but as always,
K-State won.
Special teams. Ends up costing them the game. By the way, Fort Hays State in action. They beat Missouri Southern 53-9 on Saturday. Now they go to Euphoria State Saturday to take on the Drunken Hornets, who are 7-1 on the season.
Stingers up.
Just if they could play at home,
That'd be a fun.
they might be undefeated.
That's right.
6-0 at home.
Back in the day of doing, Emporia State it would raise the what are cackles anyway? I mean, or the hackles or whatever. And the player that I used to hate most for Emporia State, I mean, many times Fort Hays played him, was this mouthy little hard-hitting defensive back that played for Emporia State. And his name was Bo Black.
Yes,
And how about that? And then he comes back to work with him.
Well,
for a year,
I think
but-
there was one time that we had toast all over Bo Black's back because we toasted that guy down the sideline.
Wow. Did you play against him?
We did. Clint Bedore ran a tailback.
Oh, that was the one. Oh, yes.
Out and
Bedore.
up.
He went out to the sideline on the visitors or the visitor side, and then he turned it back, and then he crossed the field all the way to the opposite sideline.
That was
and
Lance
then
Schwint.
and then went up the side. No, that's Clint Bedore's 80 whatever yard run. It was incredible. Oh, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, there you go. That was Lance Schwint.
Okay, I'm going with him.
I've got a cassette of that game that. Do you know that I have several cassettes? If you have one, or I'll just let you drive around in my pickup because that's when I listen because I've got a cassette player there.
Well,
That
next
was-
time Corson makes a bad
that
deal, I'll
was
listen to
Clint
that.
Bedore, okay?
Okay. I'm not going to argue with the Webby.
Okay, all right. It's my favorite Emporia State score is when the Tiger, it was a hot, muggy day. In fact, you may have been playing, I don't know. I can't, these games come together. It was at Emporia. The Tiger stole Corky's wings on the Emporia State side, and they didn't like it. They chased the Tiger before it turned into Victor Tiger
Victory.
all the way across the field, and the mascot almost died. They had to pull his head off on the sideline and pour water on him. He was having heat exhaustion. That's what a rivalry's about.
Yeah, the mascots used to tailgate quite a bit too before games. Get that kind of stuff going on.
Okay, K-State beats KU. Yeah, okay, there you go. Now go out and win the Big 12. Get in the college football playoff. And despite your hatred for KU is the best, worst team in the country.
They just can't keep a hold of the football.
Here's KU's schedule. At home next week against Iowa State. Think K-State fans can pull themselves maybe to root for the Jayhawks in that game? Then KU plays at BYU. Then KU's at home against Colorado, who's now suddenly 4-1 in the Big 12. Then they close the season on the road at Baylor. KU still with a chance to have a big impact and help their in-state friends.
I think they steal 2 of those.
I think they can. They're going to win one of those close. They're not going to choke it off again, are they? They've done it 5 times this year. K-State passed the toughest part of their schedule. They are at Houston next week. Then it's Arizona State coming to Manhattan, Cincinnati and Manhattan, and then they close the season with the Farmageddon up in frigid Ames, Iowa.
Circle that one.
K-State at Iowa State. Okay. What else do we have here? Oh, Chiefs played yesterday. My voice of the Chiefs,
Kevin Harlan.
You know, the Chiefs defense gets down, and after a bad interception by Patrick Mahomes, another goal line stand. Chiefs win 27-20. Of course, they had to let the Raiders score so they could have an onside kick that the Raiders almost got. But the Chiefs win. They're 7-0, and they will play next week on Monday night against the Bucs. Then the highlight that you couldn't really understand. Would you allow Hesh to call that, or would you, as a color analyst, jump?
I probably would have been right there with him because I think we've sounded like that a couple of times.
I appreciate Sean because he's not talk over me. But we timed it out last couple of weeks ago perfectly twice, touchdown, because we had to wait for the signal from the official, and we were both on it at the same time. But he does not talk over me, which that's why he gets dinner.
How about that? The Commanders beat the Bears on a Hail Mary. Again, prevent defense with Chicago Bear fan Jim Azunas coming up here in just a little bit. Okay, everybody hates the Chiefs. because they win all the time. So everybody said, well, they're undefeated, but I tell you what, you better watch that Baltimore crew. The Ravens are the best team in the NFL. Well, okay, they lost to one-win Cleveland yesterday, 29-24. Philadelphia beat the Bengals 37-17. That's good. Buffalo beat Seattle 31-10. Chiefs have to go to Buffalo here in a few weeks. Chargers over New Orleans 26-8. The Broncos. This is getting fun. 28-14. They beat Carolina and San Francisco over Dallas last night by the score of 28-14. Oh, by the way, the World Series, Game 6 tonight, or Game
3.
I'm hoping
you're getting a little bit ahead of yourself.
Well, you're going to have to come in and change the log on Saturday if there is a Game 6 for Stacy. It's 2-0, Yankee Stadium tonight. The call as the Yankees left the bases loaded in Game 2 on Saturday night.
So I'm hoping it doesn't go Game 7?
Correct.
Okay. I'll have to remember that. These part-timers.
A tickle in the throat. Good time to take a break. Hesh and Sean Bear coming up next on Sports Day.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Discover affordable education with Barton Online. Whether you're looking to pick up a class or earn your associate degree, we've got you covered for less than half the cost of a university. We are always enrolling with 5 sessions available this fall, including 16, 8, and 4-week sessions. Get started when it fits your schedule. Tackle your gen eds or the first 2 years of college with a low-cost pathway and save time and money with Barton Online. Visit online.bartoncccc.edu and enroll today.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
Today's an opportunity to become an instant finalist in the $20K Christmas Cash Giveaway presented by Bauer Computers, Mayo Money Management, and Mater Plumbing, Heating and Air, your Bryant dealer, whatever it takes. And you can get qualified today at the Hoisington Veterinary Hospital until 5 o'clock. They also want to remind you that they've got their Customer Appreciation Day coming up on November 2nd from 11 until 1 p.m. Bring out the family, you can enjoy free lunch, and enter to win a whole year of free veterinary care. That's right, they're talking wellness exams, vaccines, and essential tests covered for an entire year. Some restrictions may apply. Plus, they'll have adorable pets from Lotta Paws Rescue who are looking for forever homes. Hoisington Veterinary Hospital, they're known as your other family doctor, and they're here to care for all kinds of pets, even the exotic ones. Dr. Belinsky is the newest vet and is seeing exotic pets like rabbits, ferrets, birds, snakes, and even lizards. You have until 5 o'clock to come and get yourself qualified. Check out the Hoisington Veterinary Hospital today. Become an instant finalist for the $20K Christmas Cash Giveaway.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KBGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
And welcome back into Sports Day. Mike Hesher taking over for Steve Webster, who now is over my shoulder doing things, but that's okay. Sean Bear will join us here shortly, but first we're going to tell you that Sports Day is presented to you by Freedom's Claims Management. Innovative health care plans for your business. Let them take care of everything for you from start to finish, and continued support. They have you covered. And Sports Day also brought to you by the Great Bend Rec, dedicated to improving our community and the lives of its individuals. Now, welcome back by Sean Bear. What's up, bud?
Well, hey, I was just watching the highlight of that last tip play in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And number 29 was actually at the snap of the ball, taunting the crowd. And you know what he does? He is the guy that runs all the way over to the big wad of players and tipped the ball up in the air then and created the touchdown catch. Never count your chickens before they hatch.
That's right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Got a little Friday football, didn't we?
Yes, we did. And a very long game, we might add.
It was a long game. It was a long game.
Yeah, it was a, yeah. It started off good, though, for Great Bend as Jay Sharts. That's the second or third time he's gone the distance on the first play from scrimmage.
And I loved it. It was between tackles. It was, as we called it on Friday night, it was Bob. Big on big. And our big boys just moved them out of the way, and Sharts got to tilt his head back.
I'm learning about the Bob. That is correct. But then we have to talk about the special teams because our boy, Jacob Hall, he knows where the ball's going to be before it knows itself.
Absolutely.
He blocked that punt and took it back. I never got an official distance on that. About 15 yards is what I recall that night.
Yeah, that was there again, some guys just, they get a feel for it. They can read things before they happen. And the floodgates opened up. I don't know if that was a called block. If it was a called block, it was perfect because I think he went through untouched. Again, he didn't try to take it off his foot. He took it on a point about 2 yards in front of the foot, and really it almost hit him right in the nose. But he knocked it down, scoop, and score.
I was meant to ask Aaron Beck about that after the game, but I kind of forgot because they got another block later in the game. Did they see something before the game in tape that caused them to go for the blocks, or was it just Garden City not playing well?
Back when Michael Bishop was at Kansas State playing quarterback, I remember they talked about playing, I think it was Syracuse, and they saw something on film, and they had a special block, and sure enough, the first series, they came out with that, and I don't know if they pulled the outside guy out or what, but they ran right through the C gap out there, untouched, blocked, it was a punt, and I think they scored a touchdown. So, yeah, you can see those things on film, but it was great. They had to see a weakness.
Because Michael Montelia got one later, and did he get the block, or he fell on the ball in the end zone?
He fell on the ball in the end zone, but hey, there's another guy. I think he's on the sideline sniffing balls because when he gets on the field, he knows where the play's going, and you cannot not call him. You can't call his name when he's not on the field. And when he's on the field, well, that's all we talk about. 13, he's all over the place.
And he's one of those seniors that decided to play football this year because all his friends were playing football.
Yeah, he and Robordi. I think they didn't want to be in the stands just watching. They thought, well, I guess if everybody else is going out, let's go out. And boy, have they both contributed.
I was just going to say they both have been contributors. Robordi's now punting the football because he's left-footed. I don't know if that causes problems for anybody, but
hey, it spins different.
Well, it does spin differently, and I thought also gets Trenton Curran off the field for at least a play or two.
That spin is so crucial. If you have a left-handed quarterback, the spiral spins differently. If you have a left-handed server in volleyball, you want to talk about creating problems. That left-handed spin creates problems.
Seriously.
Just ask anybody that sees Widener over there in Ellenwood, serve it up against her.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then, Jay Sharts, he had those 3 touchdowns, 167 yards. We talked about the first one. But the thing that amazed me about Great Bend thus far is they do it in so many different ways. They've done it passing the football. They've showcased Ian Premer. Dax Minton has showed up. Jay Sharts has showed up. You showcased the special teams. The defense has always been there. It's just a well-rounded football team at this point.
Well, and the thing is game plan for us. So try to take away Premer. Because Premer was not somebody that was garnering a lot of headlines last Friday. But you know what he was doing? He was moving around. He was pulling defensive players with him that opened it up for other people. But, that's when Sharts steps up. All of a sudden, you stop Sharts. You better look out for Hall and Omocht. You want to stop those two guys? Oh, guess what? 12 can run the football. Dax Minton's going to tuck it and take it for 65. So to game plan against Great Bend has got to be a nightmare. Too many tools.
Getting back to Jake Hall, why is he so undervalued, or I don't know how the right word, but people don't pay a lot of attention to him, but he's an athlete.
The thing is, he's not flashy. He won't come on the radio and talk.
Yeah, we're not happy with him about that.
He just wants to get it done. You watch him in basketball, quiet riot. He's just very quiet, reserved, calm, but he just gets it done. And, those are the kind of guys in a locker room, you leave them alone. You let them do their thing because they may not look like they're into it, but there's a million things going on in those minds, and it's a beautiful mind. Quiet riot.
Okay. All right, Friday they take on, and you and Webby didn't have your discussion.
It's a playoff game.
Okay. It's bracketed play. Week 9 bracketed play.
It is a playoff game.
Okay.
There is a seed involved, And when you have seeds involved,
we're not getting there anymore, okay? I'm going to turn off your mic, by golly. But they play Newton. Newton has struggled for years, and I just got the roster. They are not very big. So.
Well, and that's going to be, that's going to be one of those things you just want to get through the game. Because it's a playoff game, they'll split the gate with Newton, which even more so makes it a playoff game. These are things that I've done research on. But you want to get through, and again, the hardest game to win, and we said this Friday night, is the game you're supposed to win. If you go in there and you're supposed to win the game and you don't show up, strange things can happen. So, you just want to say, hey, we're going to go out and we're going to establish the run. We're going to get a lot of guys to touch the football. Our bigs up front are just going to work. We're going to be able to shuffle guys in, and we're going to throw it at will. You hope that you can do that in a game like this. And, of course, Jeff Lett's going to have his defense. He's going to have the whole scout figured out. And he's going to go up and he's going to try to shoot another shutout. So,
talking with Sean Baer, the color analyst for Great Bend High School football, and moving back to Friday night, it was nice the second half, fourth quarter. Aaron Beck able to get some Jeff Beck. I'm thinking musician, I guess. Aaron Beck able to get a lot of players into the game,
and that's true. That's one of the deals where I'll be honest with you. I put away my stat chart, because I wanted to get those kids that have shown up every day at practice and worked their heinies off every day at practice to be a scout team against the starters.
Right.
I wanted to get their name for grandma, grandpa, whoever's listening on the radio, and we talk Cole Fancher. He goes out there, and I think I called his name up because he ended up getting a tackle.
He had 3 or 4 names,
yeah.
I think you mentioned.
Well, and there was a bunch of freshmen that got on the field. So, hey, hats off to those guys. Congratulations. Hopefully that plants that seed, and all they want to do is work all off season and come back next year and be the man.
And we won't talk about you forgetting your glasses.
Yeah, that was a struggle. That was a struggle. My shoulder hurt because I had to go close with the paper, far away with paper. I felt like I was playing a trombone.
And we do have extra large print on one of our rosters for Sean that stays with us the whole time.
Well, yeah. There was a tear in my eye because there was dust in the air.
I thought it was because you had to run across the field at halftime in 7 minutes and back.
Well, I've gotten a little bit older, and when the horn goes, I gotta get across the field.
I understand. And once again, I will shout out John. He's associate athletic director at Garden City. He was fabulous. He gave us he led us to where we needed to go. He just a first class operation.
And there's no question about it. When we showed up there, he welcomed us at the gate. Showed us where to go, told us a little bit of information about the field and the school, and all of a sudden, about 3 minutes later, he brought us over a cooler, and I told Westerhouse, we need to really look into that, not so much for the visitors, but for the home side. Guys. Yeah, for the home side, but he brought us a cooler full of Dr. Peppers and
Gatorades in there.
Gatorades and waters, and very hospitable.
And we won't even throw out Kurt Shaw because he hasn't really came through with the food this year.
Well, the one game that I had to get there a little bit late, it was a hamburger, and I'll guarantee you, Lumpy's, hats off to you.
Oh, big time.
If Jerry Dom's hearing this, hey, we really like those hamburgers, Jerry.
Yeah.
We got it. We're at home the rest of the playoffs.
After Friday night, the playoffs.
We're starting Friday. They're the playoffs.
Okay, Jim's giving me a dirty look, so I think he probably shares your opinion on that as well.
I think so, okay. Especially if you have to split the gate. Keisha makes you split the gate at playoff games.
All righty. Well, Sean, we appreciate your time, and you enjoy your time in where are you going on Friday?
I'm going to get some of those Totino's pizzas in Salina at the Totino's Pizza Arena, yeah. Watch some volleyball.
Cozy Inns, stinking hamburgers.
There you go.
Downtown.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
All right, have a good call Friday night.
You bet. We'll be right back with more Sports Day after this. Steve Webster rejoins the show. He'll talk to Jim Wazunas from the Great Bend Tribune. This is Sports Day on 1590, 95.5 FM.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Hey y'all, it's Dr. Ty here at Animal Medical, and in the next couple months, we are going to pivot and talk about behavior and training. From our standpoint, we see it affect so many folks out there in the relationship with their animal and even the relationship with us as their caretaker is all affected by how those animals get started from a training process. Focus on some basics. If you have any questions, call. Large or small, we take care of them all.
C&E Doors, this is Eddie.
I need some work done.
Are you in a haunted house?
No, it's my garage door. I think I might need a new one.
We can take a look. We can do repairs and replacement. We'll see what's right for you.
What a relief. I thought I was going to get stuck in here.
Call the guys in orange at C&E Doors to fix your haunted house.
C&E Doors, Great Bend. Follow the orange signs just south of 10th and Harrison.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimsinc.com where you can schedule a free, no obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
He's passionate about his high school sports and his trendy sports apparel. Sports Day presents the Great Bend Tribune's Jim Masunas.
Sharp as always, Jim Masunas is in today with a black shirt with a purple power cat with bold K-State under the Power Cat logo. Jim Masunas joins us, Great Bend Tribune sports editor today. I'm really, though, disappointed, Jim, why you're not wearing your Chicago Bears jersey today.
Yeah, me and Tyreek Stevenson won't be wearing our Bears
Have
gear
you ever
today.
seen anything like that? When the play starts and your back is to the play because you're jawing with officials in the stands?
Yeah, no, I've never seen anything like that.
I'm sorry.
I would fine him heavily and do whatever you need to do. But yeah, that's
maybe he was the guy that was supposed to watch somebody who was waiting for the tip on the what a well-designed Hail Mary play it was. I mean, there had to be some design there. He was just waiting around.
Yeah, it was a good play. Well, actually, if Stevenson had bet on the Commanders, I can understand why he did that. So that was a good play. But rule number one is blitz the quarterback. If he's only got 2 seconds to throw, how far is he going to throw it, and who's he going to throw it to? Would there ever be a Hail Mary with a blitz? No. How much time did Doug Flutie have in the original Hail Mary? Probably about 12 seconds, like the Washington quarterback had. If you blitz and bring extra guys, the quarterback ain't going to throw the ball 70 yards.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. And, it was.
Washington deserved to win the game anyway.
Well, they certainly were the better team, but, if you lose a game where the team has to go 75 yards in 20 seconds, you probably deserve to lose that
I'm
game,
sorry,
also.
Jim.
That was a tough one.
Because I knew that you would. Okay. How many times you hear coaches say, special teams are most important? And I think that's always been, going back to the Bill Snyder days at Kansas State, an emphasis on special teams, and I don't think that's the case at Kansas. And for the second straight year, 2 years ago, KU botched a kickoff, fumbled it, and that led to a rout. Last year's special teams play, and special teams were huge once again. What a wonderful game. That was a fun game to watch. Saturday night, K-State gets out of there with a 29-27 win.
Yeah, it really was a classic rivalry game where you say, let's throw the record. Well, KU would love to throw their record out, but that's the kind of game
They're the
it was.
best, worst team in America.
Well, they've been outscored 72-0 in the last 2 minutes of each half. So
There's that, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Well, that's why the best bad team. That's what
Yeah, I mean they've been
bad
the
teams
lead
find ways to lose games.
in 7 of 8 games in the fourth quarter. So that's tough because they haven't finished halves and they haven't finished the game. But yeah, huge special teams play. But I remember when Snyder was coaching, he would watch the kickers and the punters. He knew exactly how far the punters and the kickers kicked. He knew how far his field goal kicker could kick. And K-State knew that, hey, we can kick a 51-yarder because he did it in pregame. He was kicking them from 60. So that's a key factor is you got to know those kind of things. And sometimes you just make a mistake through no fault of your own. You may know the rule, and then you said, now, was I supposed to have a foot in or a foot out? You know, sometimes that happened. It cost them 9 points because then the K-State scored. And that was a huge factor in the game, let alone the late turnover where K-State forced a fumble.
And when you have a chance to go up 14-0 on the road
they
against
drop
a
a
ranked
pass.
team, you
Yep.
drop a pass.
Yep.
K-State dropped a pass, too. They fumbled inside the 10. So, I mean, there's always that. It comes down. Ah, boy. Now, can you, Mr. K-State, can you in your heart root for Kansas down the stretch?
Who Kansas plays doesn't matter. BYU has the head-to-head, so if Kansas beats them, they tie. BYU still has the head-to-head. If they beat Iowa State, it doesn't matter either because it comes down to K-State playing Iowa State, too. So neither of those games matter.
You just never know.
Colorado,
I mean, right now, Colorado's 4-1 in the Big 12.
Well, it'd be nice if they beat Colorado, but again, K-State has the head-to-head.
Don't ruin my story that K-State.
They matter not because BYU.
So you're going to root for Iowa State?
No, I'm not going to root for Iowa State, but I'm just saying those games don't matter in the big scheme of things because if Iowa State beats them, they're still in. BYU has a head-to-head, so that loss doesn't affect
Well, if
either.
BYU loses to somebody else.
Well, that would be a factor. If they lose 2 games, then it would be a factor. But basically, it's a non-factor. So,
okay. Whew. Where do you want to start on high school football? I'm going to start with Ellenwood.
Oh, volleyball it's just been amazing. And we said this last week. We said, man, these teams, this is the best team Ellenwood's had. This is the best team Great Bend's had. It's the best team Otis Bison has had in years. It's, best team Hoytington's had in years. They all won. It was just amazing. All those volleyball teams win. And I believe they all did it without losing the set. St. John came through, and we knew St. John.
Otis Bison's in.
Yeah, it's just
That's
great.
cool.
For all those volleyball programs in the Central Prairie, which got 4 teams, 4 out of, is it 8 or 9 teams? Maybe there's 9. Maybe there's 8. 4 of 8 teams in the state tournament. That's fantastic.
So now you just go and see how they can do. Sean Bear likes the way the bracket lines up. Now they got St. James for Great Bend in their second match of the day on Friday. But just get to Saturday. That's
that's the key.
Play.
That's the key. And Great Bend, their last loss was on September 14th. 28 in a row? 27, 28 in a row? Because they're 35.
You're the stat guy.
I think it's 27 in a row. They haven't lost since September 14th. And the teams that lost to Clay Center's in the state tournament. And I haven't checked on Manhattan, but they probably made the state tournament for 6A2. If not, they're a high-caliber team. But, yeah, Great Bend, their balance is terrific. My favorite player on Great Bend is Kara Feist. She throws this little left-handed shot in, and Mr. Bear is absolutely right. A left-handed server or left-handed player in volleyball is just huge. It's like a left-handed basketball player on the court. But Feist laid down the left-handed little dink for the match-winning point. It was just great because I love when those players mix it up a little bit and throw a soft shot at them. That's just great. Because I never knew that Ian Premer was left-handed. Then he threw a left-handed halfback pass. I said, I didn't even know he was left-handed.
Yeah, it was freshman year when he'd go down. He likes to dunk with his left hand.
Yeah.
That was when he was younger. Now, when he goes in for a tomahawk, but now it's just two-handed ones. He's Dean Wade and everything.
Yeah, he's grown up now. He's a big boy now.
Cross country out at Lake Barton. Good day for Reese Bullard. Finished third. Great Bend wins their 4th straight Class 5A regional.
Yeah, it's tremendous effort. Reese Bullard has not run that well all year. She sat out 2 weeks. She had a muscle injury, and I had to look it up online to say, what word did she say? And then Bella Long was right behind her, and then they finished 4 in the top 10. So just, you never know with Great Bend girls. It's 1 week it's Marissa Boone, 1 week it's Sienna Smith, 1 week it's Reese, 1 week it's Bella Long. It's nice to have that balance in the running attack where you never know who's going to be their day, but they take that initiative because I asked Reese and Bella, they both felt good. Running is a weird sense that, I just feel good. I'm just cruising along. And, Miles Lashley, congratulations again, getting the girls to state 4 straight year. And then Tavon Stroop made it back-to-back years. So
I was going to stay on football, but when you heard Ellenwood, you went to volleyball right away. That's fine. A tough loss for the Eagles on Friday night against Medicine Lodge, a game that, coming off, they went toe-to-toe with Conway, and then Medicine Lodge just got out to that lead, and it was 21-6 right for the end of the first half. Sometimes you forget to play field position football, and they end up coming up short in that game, but still – good year for Ellenwood, but, man, that's a disappointment.
Yeah, they were so close. Just like they had held Medicine Lodge. I don't know how many plays they had on that. They had several goal line stands. It was 4th and 1. Then they'd get the first down, get another first down. Then it was 4th down again. Their defense was really outstanding at times. I mean, hold them out right near the goal line. And unfortunately, they weren't able to finish the job and get the ball back. But, Ellenwood played some pretty good defense in that game. But Medicine Lodge's, their quarterback's really good, and they've got some skill guys who are really good too. So, but Ellenwood, really good season for, again, a team that doesn't go to the playoffs and finishes 1-4 in arguably a very, very tough district, one of the toughest in the state.
Do you know do they have a Week 9 game?
I haven't seen one yet. There's 2 teams to pick from because you can play Team 5 or Team 6.
Yeah, it's hard to find out if some teams just won't play it. Some teams will. So
I check K-Preps and they say, "Well, I hope the game pops up."
Yeah,
they're not very good either about that.
No, but Week 9. Yeah,
I think most teams want to play that one last game, particularly if it's a home game. It gives them a bonus home game. But we'll see because there's several teams out there. Is Maxville in that? No, Maxville made the playoffs.
Maxville made the playoffs. They played Central Christian. Sylvan Lucas 6-2 at Central Plains on Thursday night. There's some 8-man games that are Friday, so be sure to check that. But Central Plains against Sylvan Lucas, that should be a heck of a game.
Yeah, the Wilson transfers who moved over to Sylvan Lucas. That'd be an interesting battle on the field Thursday night.
Jim, I'm sorry. Wear your Bears shirt in next week.
Well, we'll try. Well, let's put it this way. If and when we're in a week in January and the Bears miss by 1 game, we will know what game that was.
One and only Jim Mizunas here with us on Sports Day. Our show brought to you in part by Eller Automotive Repair, where they specialize in wheel alignment, oil changes, general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. We really appreciate them supporting local sports in Central Kansas and the Animal Medical Center, large or small. They take care of them all. Mike Hesher on the prowl with Lyles Lashley right after this.
When you're a farmer, water can be a blessing or a curse. Expected rain? Good. Water in your engines? Bad. What do I trust to fuel my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel that keeps contaminants from clogging filters, ruining fuel injectors, and tanking fuel efficiency better than any formula that's come before. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster. Fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powson, president of your local equity bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Step into the spotlight with Barton Community College's theater program. Whether you dream of performing on stage or creating magic behind the scenes, Barton offers hands-on training, expert guidance, and creative performance opportunities. With top-tier facilities and a supportive community, you'll develop the skills to shine. Turn your passion into a career and start your journey to the stage at Barton. Learn more at
theater.bartoncc.edu. Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Josie's on a vacation far away. Girl, I want to talk it over.
Yeah, buddy.
And you know what that means, folks, on this Sports Day Monday? That is the one, the only, the coach of the cross-country teams at Great Bend High School, Lyles Lashley. And, Coach, I know we've probably had this discussion before, but don't take away from Charlie Blackman's, walk-up song at Coors Field for me, please.
Hey, he's retired now. Who cares?
Okay, that's right. There was nothing like 40,000 people singing Tonight all at the same time.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I didn't realize it was a walk-off song until I think probably you was talking about it, and then I went and Googled it and watched it. That's pretty dang cool.
It is, man. When you got 45,000 people all singing the same, even got me involved occasionally, which I don't like to sing. So, okay.
Yeah, have you? Speaking of that, have you ever watched Virginia Tech come in to enter Sandman when they come into their pregame?
Yes, I have.
For football?
Yes.
And that is one of the most amazing things ever. And I still don't understand how that stadium does not collapse. That's so wild. They can't get fired up. You would think they'd be a little better in football than they are.
And then Sean Bear was showing me the walk-in song for the New York Mets pitcher.
For Diaz?
Yeah, for Diaz.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team in the Webster League, so I really enjoy that one.
All righty. Okay, Coach, pretty good weekend for you cross-country meet-wise, as no surprise that the two young ladies from Salina Central were 1 and 2 at the girls' regional 5A.
Oh, yeah, those two are just amazing, and it seems like Caitlin has been there for about 25 years. When somebody's that good, you think, wow, are they a senior yet? They're a senior yet? And they just keep coming around. She's finally a senior. Those two we're just cruising the other day and just put on a little show, and it was a piece of cake for them. But for us, I thought it was a good day for us. I thought the girls stepped up and did what they had to do. They kind of packed up behind the Valley Center girls. About halfway through, and then kind of took the lead with the four of them went by, and kind of took care of what they were supposed to do. And our fifth take, excuse me, I'm sounding like you this morning. She came and really ran the world the second half of the course, and I was really pleased with that. And then, our freshman, Katie Welch, our senior, followed up to 6th and 3rd place. So it was a good business, and what we need to do at our home course, and hopefully getting us ready for this week coming up.
And Peyton Bullard took 3rd, and she's been battling an injury, and she overcame that.
Yeah, Reese said that she's been having a little hip flexor problems, and we put her in the pool for the last few weeks, and she, unless the past week, has started running just a little bit. We ran her on the hard days and put her back in the pool. The beautiful thing about being in the pool, your heart doesn't know. Whether you're in the pool or running or biking or whatever, it just thinks you're doing something that's good for you. And as long as your mind believes you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it usually can bounce back pretty well. And she did an awesome job of being in the pool and getting her work done, and then coming back and taking care of herself, and then competing really well.
And then on the boys' side, there was a little bit of change in how they score things. So you got one person going to boys cross country. Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, it's basically now it's just the top 15. It used to be, oh God, it was like and if or but what. So I mean, seriously, if you were the top 15, the top 10 in the past, you're automatically in. But then if there was, they went for the next 5 best people that weren't on the top 3 teams. And I mean, seriously, one time we were there and. We were hosting, I think, a 2A meet, and I had a dad come up to me and literally try to fight me. But his son was a qualifier, and I was like, no, sir, I hate to tell you, I've been doing this for a while. He's not a qualifier. Not only was he not a qualifier, he wasn't even the next one in line or the next one in line. He was like 3 down to go. So it was really a pain in the butt to have to, explain and figure it out. But now it's just pretty plain and simple. If you're in the top 15, you're in. So it makes it simple and easy with that. But I thought on the boys' side, we ran without having Izzy on that day. Izzy came around Saturday, so I've been 7-day admin. We ran 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores, a junior, and a senior that was in his first year cross country. So I thought they competed well. We definitely have youth there. We're looking forward to, hopefully those guys are all running track and then all putting in the summer and the winters and the off seasons to be competitive at that level. To be competitive at the 5A level, to get to the state meet, you have to be pretty much an all-year-round runner. And hopefully all those guys will buy into that, and then we'll have a chance to progress, and into a really good team.
And tell me about your expectations at state for the young ladies.
I'm gonna be honest. You never know with this bunch. I mean, we've had 30 years coaching, almost. And I was talking to my high school coach, who's coached for probably 50 years. Never has he seen a team where they've had 5 different number 1 girls throughout the season. So I mean, it's just kind of unheard of. So hopefully they can all put it together on the same day, and we can go out there and we could be top 2, 3, or heck, we might be 6. You just never know what day we're going to put together, and who's going to be who. And hopefully we all put together on the same day, and have a good day.
And quickly tell me what's special about Rimrock.
It's just a beautiful course. I mean, I honestly, I'm not a huge fan because you don't really get to see a whole lot. But it is a beautiful course for the kids to run. It's very challenging, but it's true cross country, so that's the most amazing thing about it.
All righty. Well, I'm guessing good luck, Coach, and I think Mike Corson will be back to talk to you next week.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you.
All right. That is Lige Lashley. He is the coach of the Great Bend High School cross country teams, headed to state with the girls and a couple young men. We'll be right back with more Sports Day after this.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Wright, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
See any doors? This is Eddie.
I need some work done.
Are you in a haunted house?
No, it's my garage door. I think I might need a new one.
We can take a look. We can do repairs and replacement. We'll see what's right for you.
What a relief. I thought I was going to get stuck in here.
Call the guys in orange at C&D Doors to fix your haunted house.
C&D Doors, Great Bend. Follow the orange signs just south of 10th and Harrison.
In its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KBGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
And in part by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country. The American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, featuring number 2 Clear Diesel Bulk Fuel E10 fuel delivery and all your lubricants and fuel supplies. And by Equity Bank, adding value for the customers and communities. Find out more at equitybank.com. Royals catcher Salvador Perez has been named the winner of the MLB's Roberto Clemente Award for philanthropy. Award will be presented to the 9-time All-Star before Game 3 of the World Series tonight. Barton Volleyball, Megan Bessiker will be in. They are 13-1 in conference. They've lost twice all year. They beat Garden City over the weekend. Hutchinson in tomorrow, sophomore night, 6:30 for the Lady Cougars. Barton men's soccer over the weekend. They got a 2-0 shutout at Seward. Lady Cougars go to a 2-2 draw. Postseason getting underway this weekend. That's our show today. Join us tomorrow for the Tuesday show on KV.